What's up, guys? It's your boy Fix It Daniel, and today we're going to be doing something a little different. Today we're going to talk about the builds that I have. We're going to talk about a car, we're going to talk about the scooter, we can talk about the Escape if we want, but let us talk about what has been going on with the cars, what's news coming with the cars. So let us get welcome to the channel. If you guys have not seen my stuff, please go down, like and subscribe, check it out. Pretty much, my last video was on the scooter. We'll talk about the scooter first. The last video we did was the scooter. And I asked you guys to go and comment if you could tell me what CC motor that I just got. Well, only one of you guys did, and that's okay. I'm fine with that. I was even expecting anybody to even do it. But there's a guy called Jeff Mead, and I said I would announce the person's name who they got anywhere close or right on the money, and he was right on the money. So Jeff Mead, his link is his link, but his page is right here. He's been commenting me, and I appreciate it, Jeff. I really thank you for all the comments and the wordings, and we've been going back and forth with messaging one another and everything and talking. I appreciate Jeff for giving me all the comments and everything. He was right. So I'm going to reveal what it was. I gotten a 120cc, which I should have realized it because even my buddy from Rolling Wrench even mentioned it, that sometimes the motors that you get from eBay and Amazon are not exactly what they say they are, and this is true. I got a 120cc motor, thinking that I was going, and it's for my bike, so that was the good part. But when I realized that it was a 52 millimeter, I was like, cool. I thought like, that's awesome. We'll get that installed. But Jeff had mentioned something about you may have to get it cut. And I remember Rolling Rich was saying that if you want to put a bigger motor in your scooter, you have to get this kit that he sells, which will mill out more room for you to put your motor in. And I was not with it. I was not willing to do that because I didn't want to go that route. Not because I couldn't do it. I could do it, but I really didn't think I needed to go that crazy. I feel like if I need to go bigger, motor, pistons and whatnot, I'd rather just go get a new motor. I want to get a whole new motor from end to end and fit it in the bike. But that's even a scratch. But for the most part, he said you may have to mill it, and then that's what it got me thinking that maybe I should see what kind of CC the 90 was, because it can't be that far off. Because I was literally, when I was on Amazon, I was going to be getting a either a 100cc, which was actually lower than a 90, and 120, which was a 52. So at the time, I didn't know what that size was, and I couldn't remember what the size 90 was. So I'm looking online, trying to figure it out, and then I finally just went to the site and finally figured out what it was, and then come to find out that the 90cc from Rolling Wrench that I already have in the bike is a 52 millimeter. So I pretty much got another 90cc motor. So I don't need another 90cc motor. So I don't know what to do with it. I could keep it for parts for the gaskets in case they blow, or the ring. I could re-ring it if I wanted to, if some of the rings blow. But the motor's running really strong and great. So I am pretty much have another motor that I really don't need. So don't know what to do with it. Maybe I'll sell it. Maybe one of you guys need it. If you guys want to upgrade your motor to a CC, maybe I'll sell it to you guys if anybody wants. If anybody wants a 50cc motor, it's still in the package. Like here, I can even show you. So this is the 50. This is the 90. Is actually called. They call it a 120cc, 52 millimeter. But the 52 millimeter is a 90. So it comes with gaskets. You got your motor, the pistons right in there. You just take this off of your top. This fits on a 50cc. So if you have a 50cc motor and you want to upgrade, this is what you would go. This is the max you can go before you have to replace the motor and get a bigger motor. Go get like a 150 or 170 or whatever that you wanted to get. But then those you got to mock and fit. unless you get the right size, because that would be the next thing. If I wanted more power, which I'm kind of on the fence of doing, I did find a Maui X Pro 50cc long block, because my 50cc is a long block. So I'm thinking that if I could find a 150cc long block Maui X Pro motor, it should just bolt right up. And I did find one. It looks exactly like my 50cc from front to end. The cover looks the same, where the starter is, the mounting points, everything. The length looks the same. They give you dimensions, so I'm gonna redimension it and make sure that it's gonna fit. But so far, it looks like it's gonna fit. So thinking that maybe I might go and do that. And if I really want to get some more power out of it, I mean, with the 90cc and with the rolling wrench kit that he made is amazing, and it's got power, it's got torque, everything. The speed is like I maxed out at 49, almost close to 50 miles an hour. If I put a 150 in there, I could probably get to 60 on that. That would be moving pretty good. I would never take it on the highway, but it would be good to get in traffic, get yourself out of traffic, and you'd be moving pretty good. But I think I'm pretty happy with the 90. I like where it is. I finally got it tuned right. So this might be for sale if anybody's interested. If not, I'll just keep it for, like, you know, the spare gaskets and stuff. But maybe this piston never blows, I got another 90cc I can dump in. Or if I get rid of that and I get another 50cc, I can bump up to a 90 and get more power out of it. Who knows? But if someone needs it, you know, if they need it more than I do, you know, hey, hit me up. I mean, I'll be fine to send it and mail it off if someone really needs it that bad. But it's sitting here, and that's what it is. And it comes with a cam. I even got a cam for it, which is I didn't mention that in the video. I even got a cam. All right, so back to the scooter. As you know, it's running really well, and like I said, everything is going pretty good. He did mention about my ram air. He actually liked my ram air idea. He mentioned for me to go ahead and just paint it black because it would. I think he said it would keep it cooler if I painted it black. So I'm gonna go take it off and paint it black. Not a big deal. I got enough spray, keep spraying there. I'll pop it off, spray it, let it sit, put it back on. We're done. So pretty much the bike is good. It's powerful. It rides really well. I would ride it today, but it's really hot outside, and I really don't feel like getting all hot and sweaty up in that. But I wouldn't mind taking it for a spin around just to kind of get some more running time out of it. Like I said, we got an RPM gauge on there now. We got dialed in. It's just a really good bike. So the only thing left to do is really just some minor modifications. Maybe get a new spark plug. Just, you know, make sure those are clean. Get a new spark plug. New rear shocks. The rear shocks, and get some new rear shocks and get rid of those cheapo Chinese ones. Get some really good shocks in the back to handle the bumps, especially if we're going to be going that fast. Definitely want something to take those bumps really good, and probably replace the front fork with some better front forks. That would be the two things. Maybe upgrade the rear brake pads with some more better stopping power. New rollers, which I am thinking about getting some new rollers. The ones I got in here now work great. They're 7 gram, but they actually are starting to wear. So I was thinking about getting some sliders, some 7 gram sliders. 7 gram seems to be the perfect ones. They seem to get me up there to speed. So I might just get some either 7 gram rollers or sliders or both. I got new belts. I got new Kevlar belts for it. Just came in last week. So I got 5 new Kevlar belts for it. So the bike's running really good. There's no complaints. Just joyriding it and like taking it out. Eventually soon it'll be mine. My brother's waiting, giving me the title and stuff. So hopefully soon that'll be this bike will be mine, and I can really have enjoy it. And I really liked it. It wasn't my choice. I wanting like something like a more of an adult-y kind of scooter. And I still, maybe one of these days I might get one, but you can't pass up on a free one. He's literally giving this to me for free. You know, I worked on it so hard trying to get the thing running, and he's just going to let me have it. So, what am I? Who would I turn down? A free scooter, right? So, so that's pretty much it for the scooter. There is more to come. There's more things to do on it. I did find something to keep the oil cool. I did find a pretty cool kit that will allow the oil to be cooler than normal, and you get more. And it actually will have a filter. It'll actually have a filter, like a little mini baby tiny mini filter on it, and that will help it cool it, because as the air is running over it, it'll cool the oil and then circulate it through. Still haven't decided on it yet. It looks pretty cool, but don't know if it's going to hit the bottom or if it'll even work. But it's a pretty cool idea. I do got to change the oil on that soon. I haven't changed it since we've gotten it, because it hasn't been ran that hard and that long to do so. But the oil looks good though. It's full. It looks really good. It doesn't look too bad, so we're good on that. So guys, now that we have clarified with the scooter, and now we're done with the scooter, now let's talk about the car. So, as you know, I bought a 2008 Cadillac STS Premium. It's not called a premium. I call it a premium because it has all the bells and whistles, and it's got the North Star V8 in it. So, I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, North Star V8, why'd you do that? And, well, whatever. But I like the car. I needed a car. It would work with all the tools. I still have my shocks and struts and brake pads and rotors from the silver car that I was going to be changing them onto. So now I can stick them in this white one, which eventually, unfortunately, it does need shocks and struts, especially on the driver's side. They're making that little inky noise sometimes when it's dry, but then when it rains and gets wet, it doesn't make it at all. So it's a good indicator that it's getting pretty, it's getting its time. So I may just go and just do them all the way around just for good measure. So with the bike, it's running good. There are a few things that needs to be done to that. One of the main things, and it will be getting done this week, is it needs to have a timing chain replaced. Now the car runs perfectly. It runs fine. It purrs like a kitten. It does everything it's supposed to do, but only in the morning. And only in the morning, and when it cools down enough, that it'll rattle. It'll make a grrr, and then it'll stop. So I was gonna let it go, but everybody's telling me that it's probably my timing chain and guides. I have no oil. I have no metal flakes in my oil, which is good. I just had it changed, and I had them do an analysis. Everything is good. There's no oil. There's no metal in the oil. Everything looks great. There's no broken pieces of guides. So I think it's just working its way and it's almost loose. So, or it could be the chain getting loose and it's not the guides, that's fine. So we are going to be getting that done this week. So yeah, we'll definitely be doing that. I'm super excited. It's a little pricey, but I have this saved for it. So I'm hoping that my guy that I know, and hopefully he'll help me out and get that taken care of. So we'll get that taken care of, not this week coming up, but the following week. So we'll definitely be getting that taken care of, because definitely I don't want that to blow up and break. Because he told one of the guys I got my car worked on. He told me that one of the people had something like this with their car. It wasn't a Cadillac, but it was something similar, where their guides blew up inside the motor because they failed to replace it when it was time. She let the rattling noise go. It was going on, and it kept going on and on so bad that it was even rattling while I was driving. And then he said one day she went to go start it, and boom, all the guides and everything blew up inside the motor. So she ended up having to get everything done. All debris was in the oil and everything. We don't want that. This is a North Star V8. It's already, everybody's already biting their nails. But I have a few people that I know that will work on it. And that's one of the other things too that I feel like is very crazy, is that I've had a lot of people tell me that they did not want to work on this car, which was really freaking me out because I never had that before. I never realized how not so popular the North Star V8 is. But I see so many people driving them. I see so many people driving Cadillacs with North Star V8s, but they're not the popular one. Everybody's like, "Oh, North Star V8, I don't want to mess with that." I've had a lot of mom and pop places. Nope, don't want to do it. I talked to a buddy of mine and his shop. He didn't want to do it. And once I told him what the motor was, he didn't want to do it. I was like, "I'm paying you to fix it. Why wouldn't you just do it?" "No, you need a new motor." And I was like, "I'm not getting a new motor. I don't care. It's my car. I'm paying somebody to get it done. I want it done. So I'm not going to get a new motor because that's the easiest way. That's more money out of my pocket. Now I got to go buy a brand new motor, crate motor, have them take it out, piece it together, and then put it back in. Why? There's something wrong with this motor. There's something wrong with this car. I take care of it. I change the oil. Great. It's has a new water pump in it. I didn't put that in. It was already in it. I saw through the Carfax report that someone had already done it. So, the car's been maintained. It doesn't overheat. It doesn't leak. It doesn't do nothing. So it's a really good running car, and I want to keep it that way. And you guys know me. I keep my cars running great. And when maintenance needs to be done and fixing needs to be done, I do it. So it's okay. I'm not mad. It's just they lost the money. Someone else is going to get the money to do the job. I mean, I know that's like cha-ching to a lot of people. Some people were like, "I don't care how much cha-ching, I'm still not doing it." But that's fine. You don't have to. Someone out there will do it, and they'll reap the rewards of the money. So, they're lost. It's time consuming. It's a lot of processing steps. I get it. But yet and still, if a customer wants their car fixed, they want their car fixed. Because as you guys know, that, the car industry is kind of in a limbo. Used cars are going through the roof while new cars are going down. Because new cars cost a lot. Person willing to spend couple $1,000s fixing their already paid off car that they only paid $7,000 for, $6,000, instead of me going to pay $60,000 for a brand new car. And sure, I won't have any maintenance, but I still pay $60,000 for a car that I'm still paying on when I could enjoy a nice, modern-looking car, great design, great features. Yeah, it may got a weak motor or a crappy motor that's not very popular. Okay, I get it. But my car's paid for. You know what I mean? No more car payments. Now I can use that money to work on the car. Yeah, okay, it may cost me a couple of grand. But out of all the money that I spent, even though I spent $6,000, yes, I'm about to spend another couple of grand to get the timing chain done. Spent maybe a couple hundred extra dollars. So what? 7, 8, 9. Say let's call it let's call it an extra $3,000 that I've dumped into the car that I bought. Okay, that's a lot of money. Yes, dumping $3,000 into a car, but it's a lot more better than paying $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 for a car where your monthly payments is almost like $800-900 or $700 a month depending on your credit. That's okay. I don't really need that. I mean, yes, it would be nice to have a brand new car, bottom none, but there are a lot of used cars out there that are just as good, and I could easily pay 30, maybe 20 grand for and still come out on top instead of me buying a brand spanking new car and pay all the high insurance, pay all the high property tax if you live in an area where they have you pay property tax. You know what I mean? It's just not worth it. So I like the car. I love the car. I like my STS. I really like my gray one now, but because of the V8. But the V8's running strong and good. I don't beat on it. I just cruise and drive it. If I did beat on it, I probably beat on it once or twice, and that's very low beating on it. Just getting on it just to see how the performance is, or getting around a car that was slow. That's about as beating as I get. I beat on my silver car more than I beat on this car. This car, I don't beat on it. Which comes to another thing that I wanted to mention is that once this timing chain is done, there's a couple things I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be reinstalling these little scanner lights. So I got another scanner light set. I actually got two. I was going to do something pretty cool, but I realized that it's one, too much headache, and two, it wouldn't look right. So I got an extra one of these. So I'm only going to put one of them in my car and then keep the other ones for whatever, or pass them along, or sell them, or whatever, or give them to people as a gift or something like that. But I got another one of these, same white ones. This time it'll be a lot more cleaner, because the way the setup is on this one, it'll make the installation and the setting up a lot more cleaner. Because the last time I put the ones in the silver one, I kind of was trying to secure it so it wouldn't come apart, because I didn't know if that plastic was going to hold it. So I ended up super gluing it. And one of the people said that it didn't look very good. It was great, but the installation of setting it up was kind of messy. So hopefully this time it won't be messy. So I'm gonna redo another video, and I'll re-show you guys how to do it in your V8 if you have a V8. This will work the same way in a V6. It'll work the same kind of concept. If you have a V6, you can go look at my other video and check that one out and see how I installed it. This one will be a little bit more cleaner, because the installation will be exactly easy. There's a nice good bend. It's perfect. It can go right perfectly in there and then go where I need to go to get power. So stay tuned for that. I definitely will be showing you guys that. One of the reasons that I was thinking is, after I get the timing chain, everything's running really good for a good few hundred miles or whatever, I'm thinking about reinstalling the roar pedal back into the Cadillac. Not because I want to beat on it, because I want to see I'm kind of curious to see what it would be like in a V8. So I had this in a V6. Even though it's an STS, it still should work with the components. The components for the throttle pedal should be about the same. So hopefully that'll work. If you guys want to see that, please hit me in the comments and let me know if you guys want to see something like that. Because I'm going to do it whether you comment me or not. But if you're really interested in wanting to see it again and see the installation and see how it runs and works on a V8 this time, just hit me up and say, yeah, I would love to see that. So the last roar pedal video blew up my channel. That's what got me started. So I would like to reintroduce that to the V8, and hopefully it'll be a lot better, because the V8's a little faster than the V6. So it would be awesome to see how it would actually work in the new Cadillac. So we're gonna do the roar pedal. There's not too much more else to do for the Cadillac. I did get the module for the rear sensor. The only problem is that I probably won't do a video on it, because it's really just, I may do a short video of just showing you where it is, because I tried asking people if they knew where it was. I had tried asking my guy that has a YouTuber that has an STS, and he said he didn't know where it was. I know where it is. It's on the trunk lid. It's on the actually, let me rephrase that. It's on the deck lid on the back side. So on the trunk, when you lift your trunk up, where you see your deck lid, there's a panel right up under it. You pull the two panels off on the side, you pull the panel down on top, and boom, there's a bunch of modules all conjoined in there. One of those modules is for the rear backup sensors. So I found where it is. So now I need to, and everything seems to be working fine. All of the fuses are good. So it's either the sensor or the module, and we won't know if it's a sensor until the module's working. But it seems like it's clean. There's no cut wires from as far as I can see. Maybe just a bad module. So I got a new module from eBay that I got, and now I just need to take it to the dealership and get it reprogrammed. But they won't program it until it's in the car. So I have to take all that stuff apart, take off the old module, put the new module on, and take it to the dealership and have them program it so that it'll recognize the new module. And hopefully, cross our fingers, that's the only problem. And if that's the only problem, then it works. If it's not the modules and they still doesn't work after they've been programmed, then it's probably the sensors. But there's no light, so I think it probably is the module. There's only one way to find out, and that's the only way to replace it and find out, and then hopefully it'll all work. So that's what we got to do. I am going to do another video maybe later down the road for the rev shift rear differential bushing. This car doesn't have one. I went under there and checked. Looks okay. Doesn't look like it's cracking or breaking up, but I do feel the buck sometimes when you take off, or even when I let go of the throttle, I feel the buck just a little bit. So I think it's going to be time to replace that rev shift, because once you replace it, you don't feel any more buck. No matter how much you stomp on it or let go of the throttle, you're not going to feel any more buck. So we'll probably do that. Plus, I want to go back from a long time ago. I don't know if you guys remember it. I did the aluminum couplers. So I want to get the aluminum couplers back on the channel and back into the car. And I probably will do it, obviously, on this one. So, because those are getting bad. I looked up under there, the couplers are getting kind of cracked around with stressing from where they normally are. That's normal wear and tear. So, eventually they'll have to be replaced. So while we're under there, maybe we'll go ahead and replace the couplers and get those aluminum ones, and then we'll never have to replace those couplers for the life of the car, as well as the rear diff bushing. Once I put that rev shift in there, I'll never have to replace the life of the car. The car will around it will deteriorate before that bushing will. So yeah, that's about pretty much it. Normal maintenance, wear and tear. I got some new brakes, pads and rotors that I can put on the car. Front ones are starting to get, I can feel a little bit of a wobbleness, because it's kind of like grabs and let go. So I think it could be time to replace the pads and rotors. I got brand new ones right here on the floor in the box. So I got everything. I just got to put them in. I have to get new tires for the rear, because the fronts are 2002 and the rears are 2009. So I did a research on it. I would have let it go. But then when I come to find out that you don't want to have tires that are 2009, that's old. So, and there's a good potential chance that they'll blow. So we got to get new tires all the way around. It's fine, because in the left rear, we have to fix the TPSM sensor. It keeps going off. So the only way really to fix it is to replace it. It works sometimes, and then it doesn't work sometimes. So I think when you get to a certain speed, it just doesn't want to work. So it causes a fault or something like that. But then there's times where it won't cause a fault. So it'd probably be better just to go ahead and replace it with a brand spanking new sensor, and then get that light to go off and not come back on again until it goes bad. So that's pretty much it for the Cadillac. Normal minor cosmetic stuff, some paint scratches need to be taken care of. There's a scratch on the bottom rocker panel, or not rocker panel, but the little side skirt, little side skirts, a little plastic long thing from fender to fender, that on the passenger side scraped up pretty bad. Our driver's side scraped really bad, so we'll probably have to take care of that. I'll probably just paint it, just get some like some white, close to pearl white spray paint, and just paint it, because it's got deep gouges in it, and it looks kind of horrible if you get down there. But I could either replace the whole thing with the pearl white one, which I'll research it and see, but it'd probably be easier just to mask it off, rough it up, paint it with some tape, or paint it with some paint with close match color, with some kind of a glossy thing on it, spray it, fill it, and walk away. There's really not much more to do with it than just to fix it and take care of it. Then we got some normal maintenance stuff. We got some spark plugs and stuff that we're gonna check out. So there's a lot of things coming. I want to get the oil separator back in there. Here it is right here. Here's the oil separator that I had in the Cadillac, the V6 one. I like to get one for the V8. It's not drinking that much oil, but I've heard that those North Stars do drink oil just like the V6 did. So maybe if we catch it before it gets there, because right now it doesn't do it. It actually stays where it's supposed to. If it does lose a little oil, it's very, 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 very minor, almost to the point where you don't even notice it. It's so small of a oil consumption that it's not even noticeable. But it would be cool to take care of that problem, and then we don't have to worry about it, and we can get more breathable um, fumes in there, and maybe it'll run a little better as well. So there's a lot of things to do on the Cadillac, and it will definitely be coming to the channel. So just please stay tuned and appreciate the waits, and we'll keep racking them out as best as possible we can. All right, so we got the scooter and the Cadillac taken care of, and then the Escape. There's not much more on the Escape. Escape just needs shocks and struts all the way around. I'm working on getting off the EGR valve. I have to get a special kind of tool because I can't get on the backside. The only way to get to it greatly would be to take the manifold off, the top manifold, and then I can get to the bolt and get it off of the actual EGR and put it back on, which is not a bad idea, but I think I found a better way. I found a crow's foot wrench. It's just a little U-shaped piece, and it's got a square hole in the back end where you could put a wrench on. So we could use that to give us some torque and I can use any of my socket wrenches to put it on to get it off, because it is in a tight spot. So hopefully we'll be able to get one of those soon and get that off. Motor mounts for that one, maybe even some brakes again, and that's pretty much it. There's not much left on the Escape. It's definitely running pretty good and going well. So that will be taken care of, and that's about it. That's about it on the on all the cars. So guys, I do appreciate all the love and support, that you guys have given me. Questions, comments, some have been good, some have been not good. Some people like, why are you doing that? You suck at your videos. Hey, you can't please everybody, and I do my best with what I got. I'm the editor, I'm the star, I'm everything. I'm the manager. I'm the one setting up my plans. I'm the one going out and getting the parts. I'm the one that's going and figuring out what needs to be done, what needs to be shot, how am I going to angle it, how I'm doing it all. I am the director, the editor, and chief, and the CEO. So so please be patient with me. This isn't my only job. I have another job too, and I have a family and everything. So it's really stressful. It's really time consuming to do it, and the time that I have to do it is very minimal and short and everything, but I try to do my best to get you guys out some good videos, whether you like it or not, need it or not need it. It's there when you need it. That's what matters. I get a lot more people when they catch it months later than recently. I don't have a whole lot to show. I don't have anything that's ooh and ah like a lot of people have a lot of cool cars that they're rebuilding, and I'm not nowhere near there. It's too expensive for me to do that. But I'm just a regular Joe Schmo guy, average everyday person that's trying to show you guys some really cool and innovative DIY stuff. So I thank you so much for the support. And hopefully in the future, we're already at like 907 subscribers. Maybe when we get to 1,000, maybe things will change and be a lot more easier. Who knows? I would like to see myself grow and maybe go get a car from Copart and rebuild it, something cool that you guys would like, or something that I always wanted, and rebuild it, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. That would be pretty awesome. I'm nowhere near there though, but when it'd be pretty cool to see if I could get there. And if I do, I do, and if I don't, I don't. All I want to do is just help you guys out, show you something cool. I've always said before, I could easily do all this work without showing anybody nothing, and it would just be benefiting for me. But I find that that's great, because now I have the knowledge, and maybe I can go and help somebody on the street, or someone that I know with a car, which I do. Some people ask me car questions all the time. That's, off the YouTube channel, just someone random that knows that I work on cars a lot will ask me the questions and ask me for their help, or ask me to fix this or fix that, and I can go do it depending on the level of what needs to be done, and if I can even do, if I'm capable to do it. So yeah, it's just it's just great. I'm super happy to show and share my stuff with you, and I'm really happy for you guys giving me comments of good positive energy and saying, hey, look, I love you doing your videos. I love that idea that you just did, or I'm gonna do that. One of the ones that really got me was there was a guy in Texas. I believe he was in Texas. He was a mechanic. I want to say he was a master mechanic. He was a master mechanic, and the video that I did for the Escape on how to get the alternator out blew him away, that I could get it out without having to take out the compressor, which a lot of people were shocked. I mean, it was so simple. You don't have to evacuate the system. You don't have to take it apart. You have to take it apart, but you don't have to take the whole system completely apart. Just take the bolts out that's holding it, take the belt off, let it fall. Put a rope on it to keep it from completely just bending all on its own, because that is pretty heavy. So you just lower it down to where the rope's holding it, let it sit, do your job, replace the alternator, put it back in, bolt everything back up, and you're good to go. You didn't have to evacuate the system, let alone take it apart. So he was really super happy, so happy that he was even going to mention it to people. I think he was going to mention it to some of his employees. So about how you can do this on this car without even having to take the AC compressor off, without taking it away and evacuating it. I saved them time and money by doing that, and that's awesome that I got to help somebody out that was a master mechanic. I'm not even a master mechanic. I'm just a DIY mechanic. So that was pretty cool that I could help them out. I've worked on cars all my life, ever since I could turn a key. I've been working on cars. My dad helped me work on cars, and I got more knowledge. We watched all those car shows that used to come on, Hot Rod TV, Motor Trend magazine, trucks, all those shows that was on TNT, all that stuff. We used to watch it all, and I gained so much knowledge. I even went to school when I was in high school. They had one of those New Horizons schools where I went for auto mechanic and auto body. So, I got an award. I didn't get no certification, but I was knowledgeable enough to tear apart a 350 motor and put it back together. So how about that? You know what I mean? So, or I was knowledgeable enough to fix a body panel, know how to do body filler and primer and painting and stuff. So, and then, the rest of it just kind of came with just doing, not being scared, and allow something to break and then fix it when it breaks. You don't want something to break, but if it does, what are you going to do now? You know what I mean? So, but guys, I could talk about this all day long and everything, and I really do appreciate it. I just really wanted to get something out to you guys and just kind of talk, and I just really appreciate it, 100%. Really, really do genuinely appreciate everybody's love and support, whether it was good or bad comments or whatever. Even though I get bad comments, that means I'm growing. That means people are really seeing my stuff. It's not more people just zooming over it and just getting what they need and gone. Some people are really genuinely commenting, and I really do appreciate that. If you don't comment, it's okay. What I would like is for you guys to support me, because I have a lot more people who are not supporters of my channel that watch my stuff. So it's very simple, guys. Just go down there, hit the like and subscribe, hit the bell notification, so that way you see the stuff that I produce when it comes. Yeah, I don't produce it like the rest of the guys, 3 days a week, 2 days a week, every single day of the week. I just don't have anything to show like that. Everything that I do is something that needs to be done on my vehicle. And like I said in the last one, if I don't have nothing to show, I can't show you something. So this is what happens. I do a lot of talking and stuff like that. Maybe eventually we can do some live. I would love to do a live YouTube and answer y'all's questions. That would be really cool. Maybe I'll do that when I hit my 1,000 subscriber. Maybe I'll do some live answering questions, answering people's comments. Well, most of them they're already answered, but it'd be cool to you guys ask me questions while I'm live and I answer them for you. That would be really cool. But we'll see what happens when that gets there, when that threshold gets there. But I just really appreciate it, and I love what I do. I love doing the side stuff. I would love to do it full time and work on more cars. But just the way life goes, maybe a little ways down the road, I started getting more better at this. be more proficient. Maybe I could do this full time on my own. I want to do it for me and have my own business, you know, helping other people work on get their cars fixed and running. So that would be really cool. But who knows? We'll see what happens when that road gets down there. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys. Please follow me on Instagram. I do have an Instagram page. So please follow me on that. If you don't want to follow me on Instagram, please follow me on YouTube. Subscribe, like and comment. You know, say hey. If you got a question about your car, let me know. I'm a really good researcher. That's how I did all the rest of this stuff. I researched the crap out of it, and I end up getting a good result out of it. So I'm a really good researcher. Let me know if you guys got comments, questions I can help you out with. If not, I can find it for you and help you out. If you want to know, hey, where'd you get this part from that you want to get, I'll send it to you and send you a link. You know, whatever you guys, you know, need help with, you know, I would like to help you guys out. But guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys have a good weekend, and I'll see you guys on the next fix. Until then, peace.